The
Paul
questions
McCartney.
on the interview are from Paul McCartney. So the first question, what question types are used towards the beginning?
So there's like suggestive questions, open
Mhm.
questions, closed questions.
How do you know that?
We'll start with the suggestive question. That's the first question that the interviewer asks. Because he says it's unique for someone your age to be going to a Jay-Z kind of
Yes.
concert.
So what's that suggesting?
That he's saying that because of his age, it's different. No one really does it your age. And also there's open questions and closed questions. But Paul really, when the interviewer asks him closed questions, he like develops from it. He doesn't just give one word answer.
Yes. It does. What kind of? How do you know that they're closed questions?
Because they can just be answered with just one answer.
Yeah. So yes or no.
Yeah.
And do you know which are the key questions?
I think it's one's about his music. Like there's one question about like his lyrics from one of his new songs.
Yeah.
So that helps to like promote his new song.
So how do you know that's a key question?
Because it's about his music. And that's probably the purpose of the interview.
Yeah. Identify any multi-strand questions.
Well, most of them were multi-strand. Like every time the interview changed the question, he always developed from Paul's answer. So when he asks him about if he finds writing songs hard, Paul said he does, and then the interviewer's like, really? And then Paul expands more and tells him like why.
Yeah. How do you know that a question is a multi-strand question?
Because the interviewer develops from his answer, so he's continuing with the question, but on a different side. So
What do you think the purpose of a multi-strand question is?
it's to get more information from the answer.
Are there any single questions?
There aren't really, because after like every question and answer, the interviewer always develops more from the answer. So like after every question.
How does the interviewer build Paul's confidence?
He compliments him. So he says his contemporary is on top form.
Yeah.
So that like helps boost his confidence and
Why do you think he does that?
to make him feel more comfortable and like be more of like a good level with him.
Yes. Is the communication in the interview formal or informal?
It's quite informal because they're just it's like a casual chat.
Yeah.
They're just like asking questions and they're using like quite informal language, like seriously, really, and stuff like that.
Yeah. What's the purpose of the interview? Is it research, enhancement of audience, understanding, informational, informative, or emotional? Or a few of them, is it?
Yeah, I think there's a few. It's like enhancement of audience, emotional, and what was the other one? There was another one that you said.
Informative.
Oh yeah, informative.
Why? How do you know this?
Well, it's emotional because like he asked about like John and George's death, which is quite emotional. And then it's informative because like he asked questions when he develops from them. Yeah. We are like the audience also for that one. They can get to know more. Yeah. So yeah, it's quite
important. So quite informative. And why is it enhancement of audience as well?
So the audience are able to know more and they're like gaining more like knowledge about Paul and his stuff. Yeah.
What is the structure of the interview like?
It's quite a typical interview structure because it's like starts with like developmental and then key questions and then he likes the summarises it, which is just like a typical interview.
Yeah. Do they use investigative questions? So who, when, where, why, or how?
Yeah, they do. Use a couple. For example, he asks him how could he like top his return after like 10 years.
Okay. Yeah.
So that was like a what was the question?
Investigative.
Oh yeah, that was like an investigative question because it's using how.
Yeah. Would you say it's light-hearted, entertaining, or investigative, or hard news?
I think it's quite light-hearted. Because.
Why would you say that?
Well, because like what they're talking about, like the topic and like the way they're talking,
Yeah.
Just like the whole interview, and it's not like sort of like hard hitting. It's like not like that. It's just quite casual.
Yeah. Do you think it was made clear what the interview was about and whom he was interviewing?
Yeah, because it's print. It's on print, so
it says
his name. Yeah. And just like I don't think it's about like a certain thing in particular. I think it's just more about Paul McCartney and his music. And, like what he's doing. I think, and that was made clear as well. I think it's about his new tour as well, because he's asking questions about his tour and mentioning that he'll be going on tour.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it was clear.
Okay. Thank you.